How you doing, everyone? This is MoFoJo Handicapping, talking about the game we all love called horse racing. I wanted to talk about something that has nothing to do with picking winners. It has nothing to do with giving you a selection or anything like that. I'm a player playing now for 40 years, and my approach presently is called the Ego Buster approach. And basically my game after 40 years has gone to managing of the person, not so much trying to pick winners or not so much trying to go through stats or things like that, but more going for um, managing myself. And one thing that the ego buster approach is all about is eliminating the amount of unplayable races that you play. Um, I don't try to find races to play. I find reasons why not to play a race, which is completely opposite of what I did for 35 years. I'm playing 40 years now. But what I wanted to first talk about was what happened on Wednesday with Twinspires. I've been with Twinspires for over 30 years, and what they did Wednesday was totally unacceptable. And really, they should compensate the players somehow, some way. I believe. I know if I was playing, I'd be upset. Why? Because most players are used to a certain mojo, right? When they get up, they do pretty much the same thing. They do it 5 days a week. Some people do it more. Some people do it less. But a horse player has a certain routine, and like I said, a certain mojo. And when Twinspires, the betting facility that the person uses, isn't even available, and they probably have to do phone betting and change something, well, that's going to throw a better off. So, like for example, what happened to the guy in Shakeup? Um, he was doing his show, waiting for Twinspires to come back on, and it never came on, and then he canceled his show, which is what he should have did. But I want to tell you from my perspective, and I don't know if whether or not what I'm talking about um, is applies to any of the horse players. You can hear it out there. It's raining like crazy here in Connecticut, and that's what happens when Twin Spires decides not to do maintenance on a day when they should be up and running. So, what happens to a horse player when this happens? Well, the horse player is told, no, you can't play today. No, you can't handicap and gamble today like you normally do. You have to do it another way. Well, some people will do that, and that will be different for them. So their mojo is going to be off. Some people will just not do anything. Well, in the case of a handicapper who doesn't do anything, the next day their appetite to play is going to be out of control, totally out of control. Why? Because of the fact that they've been told no. Nobody wants to be told no, and for sure a horse player never wants to be told they can't, because then they get crazy, then they're out of control. That's happened to me many times, and that's why I can speak about it. This is like the ultimate horrible horse racing experience that a horse player can experience. The game is already hard enough as it is. Any variable of change rocks a gambler. And you have to be aware of that as a horse player. You got to be aware of the fact that a change like your account not being available for you to play, that's messing you up. It's no different than you hearing that your significant one, whatever it is out with somebody else, and they were seen at some hotel. What do you think that's going to do to you? You're not going to be your regular self. you're gonna be baba boo boo, as I call it. You bet, you're going through an experience where you're not gonna be normal. I remember when something like that happened to me when I was a younger man. I actually got into an accident because I wasn't paying attention. That's baba boo boo. Twinspires, doing this maintenance on a Saratoga card coming up, which everybody's interested in, does the same thing to the horse player. The horse player is baba boo boo. They weren't able to. They were told by their significant one, no, I don't want to tonight. No, you cannot. Man, forget about a horse player. Any person that goes through that experience is going to be out of control, is not going to be themselves. So there's only one solution to that. First of all, you got to know that. And I know it because I've been beat up like a son of a bitch. Like I've had a fight with Mike Tyson, like I say, and this is what I mean by black belt, in your approach to your game. You have to have a black belt because you don't want to feel that pain again. I know from this experience that if Twinspires does this, I'm not playing. And I'm not playing for a couple of days because I know my mojo is out of control, baba boo boo. And that, as a horse player, you got to know that. Just like you handicap the races, just like like me, I handicap every week what I do, how I did it, what am I doing wrong. This is the same thing. What happened to me? What happened to me on Thursday, the next day? What happened to the guy over at Shakeup the next day? That's a perfect example of what happens to all of us if we get affected by being told that we can't. Our ego gets damaged. And if you have a damaged ego and you're playing the races, you are baba boo boo gone. There's no way you can survive that. And you're not going to do anything you normally do. You're going to be all over the place because you're staggering. There's been times when I've did the same thing that he did and I watched every race, and I came back and I watched it again the next, so that I could feel the same pain that he did, to remind me that I never want to do that again. I mean, the mind of a horse player after that type of experience was exactly the way this went down. It make me crazy to see it again. Right away, bam, the first race, second race, third race, fourth race, fifth race, 6 races in a row already played with no idea what the person is doing. You're not handicapping your normal way. You're just playing. You were told you can't play, so you're gonna play. I mean, 7 races in a row, 8 races in a row, 9 races in a row, 10 races in a row. Every single possible race that can be played is played. And not one of them is a desired result that you normally would like to go after. I've been through that way too many times. And that's why I had to come up with my ego buster approach, to tell myself no. What did I do yesterday? First of all, my race was off the turf. So it was a no bet. I only play one race. So it was a no bet. I detached. I went and did my dance. I went and ran all my errands. I cleaned my house. I just kept myself busy because I knew that and I didn't even bet on Wednesday because there was no races to play, because racing at Saratoga over the last week and this week too, I haven't made a bet an investment in any race at Saratoga or anywhere else, for a while now. I didn't play all 5 days last week. Couldn't play Wednesday. There was no races. Couldn't play yesterday. There was no races. And boy, was it chalky. Yeah. And I can't play chalk, but I was only going to play the 10th race. And when it got taken off the race, or again, when it got taken off the turf, I had no races to play. So I didn't experience any of that. But there was a time when I did. And that's why I say the game isn't about handicapping and handicapping and handicapping and trying to find the race to play. No, the Ego Buster approach is skipping 90 to 95% of the races I normally played. And I normally played the same way. 2,500 races I used to play a year. When I calculated that over 40 years, I've played 85,000 races. If I was bounced like he was, I would have bet all 10 races also. And might have even went into Del Mar. At least he didn't go into Del Mar. Until every single penny in your pocket is gone. That's what excuse me. That's horse racing at its worst. At its worst. That's ba ba boo boo. It's about as horrible as what just happened there. And that's only a tinge. That's why I think, Twinspires and these big guys, they kill us. No, don't let them. Be in control. Do it a different way. He mentioned on his show that, I remember he's saying he was doing a review of the first 6 races and finding all reasons why this and all reasons why that. I did the same thing. The mind of a horse player has to be black belt strong. Otherwise, you shouldn't even be playing the game. Any of us. I definitely couldn't. I couldn't anymore. I couldn't play the game like that anymore. I didn't want to go back into the ring. And that's why I don't play 90% of the races I used to play. Because I know if I go into the ring like that, I'm just going to get my ass whooped and I'm going to have too many horrible horse racing experiences. And I don't want to have all those horrible horse racing experiences. My mantra is you can beat a race, but you can't beat 10 races. You can beat a race, but you can't attempt to play 10 races out of 10. What do you think is going to happen today? Today, it's raining like crazy here in Connecticut. What do you think is going to happen today? I'm not even going to be playing today. So another day I'm going to have to pass because of the rain, because it's going to probably be taken off the turf. But what is another horse player going to do? How crazy do you think the person is who had his worst horrible experience yesterday? And he didn't do good on Wednesday either. So 2 horrible experiences, and now he's going into Friday and Saturday. What do you think Friday and Saturday is going to look like? Do you think that horse player, do you think I could have come out of this and now all of a sudden on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I'm going to get all my money back or I'm going to do a lot better? No. The only solution to this is not to play at all for the rest of the week. Don't play Friday. Don't play Saturday. Don't play Sunday. Any horse player, if you went through this experience. Not him, over in Jacob, not me. Any horse player. This is the mind of a horse player. Just using examples. Just like he uses examples and other people use examples of their opinion of other handicappers. This isn't a personal attack. This is, wake up all of us. We're playing the most difficult game out there, horse racing. So, trying to find predictable results in an unpredictable game. And then we're throwing this curveball where we're told, on one of the given days we can't play. So, that's why, just from watching this, I don't want to play. Just from watching another horse player go through what I went through for, many, many years. I'm playing for 40 years. And I'm going to watch today, hoping that he can, bust out of it. But I don't think so. You can't bust out of it when you're going into it with only 2 legs. No arms, no eyes, a mind that's damaged, an ego that's damaged. That's why I came up with my ego buster approach, because you can't play this game with a damaged ego. You can't play this game, when you're like you've had many negative personal experiences, because you have to be a ninja when you're a horse player. Otherwise, you can't play. I mean, you work too dang hard for your money. I work too hard for my money. I'm 68 years old, and I'm out there picking up couches and moving refrigerators and, putting down, working hard labor for a 68-year-old guy. The good thing is I do it nice and slow, but I don't want to make an investment in the game I love called horse racing, like all with a damaged ego, where I've been baba boo boo because Twinspires decides to do maintenance on Wednesday, and that makes me nuts. So on Thursday, I lose my mind, and I'm not sure if it's over yet. What am I gonna do on Friday? I'm gonna, the guy over in Jacob's gonna add Gulfstream and make it even more complex. Maybe don't even play Saratoga. That's what I'm hoping he does. Don't even play Saratoga. Go back and get to your comfort zone of Gulfstream and just ease into it. But if you go back into it aggressive, it's going to be another fight with Mike Tyson. And he's going to beat the shit out of you as a horse player. Not as he beat the shit out of me as a horse player. I'm happily taking the day off. I'm up early in the morning. I'm here at the beach house. It's raining. I'm probably going to dance soon, because I've talked for 17 minutes and enjoyed the experience. I know nobody gets up and is really interested in these things, but if you ever are interested in sharing your thoughts about the mind of a horse player, your journey of playing for over 30 years, over 25 years, it's really not for new people, because they won't even know what I'm talking about. But this episode is about the mind of a horse player, not of just one guy. It's of all of us. It's of all of us. And please don't when you're baba boo boo, disengage, detach. You gotta have a black belt in detachment. You have to know when to be a coach and sit out. And once in a while you're able to feed your beast 10% of the time, 5% of the time throughout the year, and have more enjoyable horse racing experiences. Not a horrible horse racing experience like my man went through over there on Thursday playing Saratoga, where he had no chance whatsoever. It had nothing to do with his handicap, had nothing to do with his decisions. He made the wrong decision to play because he wanted to play too much. You never get what you want when you want it that bad. When you want it that bad, it just doesn't come to you. It has to come to you subtly. It has to come to you where you're wowed. If it comes to you like, in a gift box, all wrapped up, looking pretty, what might be in there? It might be a bomb, so to speak, which is what happened when Twinspires decided to do maintenance on Wednesday and be so disrespectful to its players and not understand how important it is for things to be normal. We expect it to be normal, no different than we expect to have the same cup of coffee from Dunkin' Donuts every time we go there. Every time we go to Dunkin' Donuts, we expect the same kind of coffee, just like they expect the same amount of money from us. Well, it's no different with Twinspires. We expect it to be up and running every single day, no doubt about it. Otherwise, your brand is tarnished. And this isn't the first time it happened to Twinspires. So you should send Shake Up back his $1,500 that he claims he's betting. And if that's the amount, that's the amount. If it's 750, he said it's a lighter day. That's fine. 500, but send him the money back. Send him the money back and say, yo, man, I'm sorry you went through a horrible horse racing experience. You've been with us for 20 years. Here's your money back. Go have some good horse racing experiences. That's what I would do. That's my recommendation to my man over there. I hate to use you as an example to show the mind of a horse player, but it's really us. It's me too. I'm doing the same thing. I've done the same thing, and I've done it probably more times than you have because I've been in the game 12 years more than you. So again, no disrespect to anybody. I'm no different than everybody out there who plays, and that's why I like to share with everybody. So I'll give my number out. It's 203-231-4913 or theenergizer528@gmail.com. You can check out my other tapes on YouTube, under handicapping, on the mind of a horse player, things like that. So again, my two mantras is you can beat a race, but you can't beat the races. And my other mantra is the gold is hidden many, many layers beyond the obvious. So this is the Ego Buster approach to playing the races, exclusively with the Dime Super Box. All in. And we'll go over that another time. Bye now.